wanted to increase your friend group? Have you ever wanted to make new friends? Well, then you've experienced how hard that can be. So the tips that I'm gonna share with you today are going to help to make this process easier and actually possible. Hey, it's Abby J, your life coach, and today we're talking about how to change friend groups, right? I don't know about you in your high school, but my high school was very cliquey. And I had a great experience in high school, right? I had some really highs and some very, very lows, but I don't want to diss it, but I did feel like it was very cliquey and you had your group of friends and you really didn't leave that group of friends. Even though everybody was really nice and really kind, you didn't leave your core group of friends. So I want to share with you some tips on how to successfully expand your group of friends and to potentially change friend groups altogether. So let's dive into these tips together. So first and foremost, my first tip for you on changing friend groups is to identify what you want in a friend. What is your ideal friend? Why do you want to switch friend groups? Why do you want to, find yourself with new friends? Is it because you think that this group will make you more popular? Because that's not worth the effort, the time, or the energy, my friends. Is it because maybe your friends, you aren't getting what you need out of it? You don't feel loved and appreciated? Is it because you really love how those people make you feel when you hang out with them, so you want to hang out with them more? All of these are things to think about while you want to change friends groups. And so it is so important to figure that out first and foremost, because you might come to the realization that you just wanted to be more popular and you really love your group of friends and you really don't want to change, right? Save yourself some time, right? Or you might discover that no, you really do want to increase your friendships. You really want to become best friends with this certain person who just helps you and inspires you to be your best. All great reasons to change friend groups. So figure that out first and foremost. My second tip for you is to use your connections. So obviously this group that you want to migrate into or this person that you want to be better friends with, what is your connection? Because typically when you change friend groups, it's because you've met one or two people or hung out with them casually before and you're like, I want to be in this group of friends. I want to be with these guys because they are so amazing or so fun or make me feel so great. So use your connections. Is it this one person that you've had math with and they're so amazing and that's how you're going to become friends with them? Because what you need to do is you reach out to this friend and say you increase your relationship with your connection, leverage that connection just like you would do at any work or corporate event where you network, right? So use your connection and start to increase the friendship with that person in a very genuine way so that you can also meet some of their friends and start to integrate yourself into that friend group. I think it's so important to note here that when changing friend groups, you need to be doing all of the practices that I talk about in a video of how to increase your popularity and how to get more friends. Because if you aren't doing any of those steps, then none of these tips are gonna help you. So I'm gonna link those for you down below. Okay, tip number 3, I want you to listen. I want you to listen so good right now, okay? Take it slow. Yeah, you did not want to hear that tip, but honey, you needed to hear that tip because that is where I went wrong. There was a time, I think it was my junior year, I was trying to really switch friend groups. There was this one girl that I thought was so amazing. I wanted to be more like her. I wanted to be besties with her, and I rushed it. I rushed it way too hard, way too fast of let's hang out all the time. Let's just be besties. And it ruined that relationship because when it comes to people, slow is fast and fast is slow. So take it slow, be genuine in your interactions, and don't freak out if you're not instant best friends with these people. It's going to be a slow migration. Changing friend groups is hard. It's also hard to talk about. Have you noticed I'm struggling? So take it slow. And as you're taking it slow, here is a tip that's going to help you so much. And that is to be a source of joy. So the reason that people are going to want to welcome you with open arms into their friend groups is because you are going to be the source of joy. You are going to be somebody that elevates the energy of the group. You're going to be somebody that when you leave them, they just think, man, that girl was so amazing. I want to hang out with her some more. That's how you're going to slowly get yourself into this new friend group, because if you're ever a downer, if you ever are like, oh, well, I like these people, but I don't like these people in your friend group, like if you're ever snarky, like, honey, you are the outsider in this situation, so you have got to be a genuine source of joy and be so delighted to see these people and make them miss you when you're gone because of the energy and the excitement and happiness that you brought to the group. So that tip is so important, and it's like your little secret weapon, secret sauce of getting into that new friend group. Tip number 5 goes right along with that, and that is to not be overbearing. So this to me is a mix of taking it slow, right? We don't want to like rush things, and also just like not overbearing people of like, hey, do you want to hang out all the time? Hey, like coming across a little bit desperate, to be honest, because I don't know what it is about people, especially in high school, when we sense that somebody's a little bit desperate, when we sense that they're like really wanting to hang out with us, I don't know, does it go to our heads? Do we have an ego? I just don't know, but it just like, people don't like that, right? They want to know that you have chosen to hang out with them, but you've got a lot of other options, and that you are like such a fun source of like joy and energy that you could go hang out with anybody. So don't be overbearing. Don't try to rush it and hang out every day, and don't like overstay your welcome, right? Just be somebody that pops in, and when you do, it's so amazing, but you also have other friends that you can hang out with, so you're not desperate. That is what this tip is all about, because there is something about sensing that from other people that we get overwhelmed by it, and we're like, oh, I just don't know if I can give you all the attention that you need. So don't be that person. And my last tip for you on changing friend groups and how you are going to do that is to find genuine connection. You know, you have your connection that got you into the group, right? And you've been leveraging that source. But now that you're into the group, you find people like saying, oh my goodness, I didn't realize you were in my math class, right? Or what do you think about this teacher? Or, hey, I heard that you are so incredible at this. Like, talk to me about it. I love to skateboard too, or I love to be in orchestra as well, or, you know, just talk to me about it. And so you find these really genuine connections, and that's it. It has to be genuine. It cannot be like, oh, I'm pretending to be into art because I know you're in AP art. No, it's saying things like, hey, I one time took a watercolor class. Like, do you guys like study that in art? And just like all the different things that you know how to do, thanks to some videos that you watched of mine that I'll put below, on how to be genuine with people, because people can see through in a second when you're not being genuine, or if you don't fool them the first time, they're gonna catch you when they realize that you're really not into, you know, skiing, or you're really not into the band that you said you were. So be genuine and start to make those connections with the other people in the group. Okay, my friend, there you have it. Those are my tips for how to get into a new friend group at school. It can be hard. It can be, you know, a very humbling experience because you feel like you're putting yourself out there. And so I want you to know those feelings are so normal. You are so normal in that way, and you are so amazing. And so anybody would be delighted to be your friend, especially if you follow these tips, especially if you follow the tips in my other videos, you know, of how to be more popular, how to be more charming and charismatic. So check those out, because I have been there. I've been in that journey of wanting to have more friends and wanting to change friend groups, and it's hard. And so stick to these tips. I know that they will work for you. And while you're here, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know some of the things that you're interested in, some of the things that you would like to see videos on, because my channel is all about helping you through this journey of young adulthood with joy and working on growing into the person that you want to become. So let's do that together, and I cannot wait to see you on my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Abby J out.